Wine Library TV. I am your host, Gary Vaynerchuk. And this, I promise you, is The Thunder Show, the internet's one and only wine show that brings the thunder consistent. Yeah. All right. I have been asked so many times, and I'm telling you the reason I'm doing this show is because my inbox looks like a Jersey dump yard. There is so much in there, and I apologize. First, I apologize to every one of you who's waiting for a message. It is ugliness in there. Blah, scary in there. And the reason I'm doing today's show is to try to cut down on one of the emails that I see the most. Ranking number one, let's start at number 3. Third most email that I get is, "Hey Gary, Jets suck." Yeah, like that really hurt me. I'm a lot stronger than you think. Ranking number 2 is, "Hey Gary, you are shockingly handsome." Thank you. And rating number 1 for the most emails in my inbox, "Hey Gary, can you do a show on the wines that you like?" As many of you know, I tend not to go in that direction at all. Probably of the 300 plus episodes we've done, which would mean thousands of wines, I probably have had those wines within the year of that show, maybe 10, 11 times. It's just not what I do. I like it to be spontaneous, off the cup, off the hip, from the heart, you know how we do on WLTV. But today, and because of the super tasting yesterday, and a lot of people, hanging out and asking me, I've said, you know what? I need to cut down on email. Gary, do it for yourself. You know, I was brushing my teeth. Gary, do it for yourself. And that's what I'm going to do today. Today's show is for me. Me. I-G-V, me. Today are 3 wines that I love that I think you may love as well. Now remember, everybody has their own palate. Who cares if I love it? I would love for you to go out and try these wines, however you do that, and then email me back and say I'm a punk-ass sucker. That'd be fine. I understand. That's what we need to know with Wine Library TV. The embracing of the palate. But these are 3 wines that talked and consoled with my palate and agreed that they wanted to be friends for a very, very, very long time. And let's get right into the show. But before we do, we're going to wish a happy 40th birthday. We've got a big 40th birthday here on The Thunder Show coming up. Bobby Schifrin, General Manager of Wine Library, been here for 18, 20, 22 years. My second cousin. We're going to put him on the show soon. His 40th is coming up. We're going to come up with something big-time secret. And the funny part is I'm saying it right now, but he's not going to know because he doesn't watch the show, so I'm so pumped. But Jeff Cleveland, let's throw it up. Not the Jeff from yesterday's bag thing, so don't get too happy, but Jeff Cleveland is his screen name. Happy 40 to you. Wine number 1. Lachapelle de Negly, 2006, Côte de Languedoc, Lachapelle Vineyard, Rosé. Now, this is a very interesting rosé. This is 40% Grenache, 30% Cinsault, 20% Carignan, and 10% Syrah. This is a very well-priced $8 rosé wine. We had it at the super tasting yesterday, and people were going nuts. Jeffrey Davies, the importer of this wine, was making sure nobody could taste the $100 Bordeaux on his table before they tasted the rosé. And no, anybody who went up there had a sourpuss, like, I don't want to try the rosé. They need to realize that rosés can bring serious thunder. And what I love about this and why I chose this is, one, I love it, and I want to show all the fans out there, all the hardcore guys, you know, the cops and the construction workers and all those dudes, you know your dudes, do not be scared to drink the pink stuff. Embrace the pinkness within yourself. And that's what I like to do. Number 2, a lot of people in America, because the pink has been embraced over the last 10 years, a lot more, especially in the last 5 years. Hey, New York Times, can you get a little bit more original before every spring season claiming rosé is the hot new thing? I'm snoozing here. Snoozing on that article you write every time. But what people think is that rosé is really a late spring to early summer kind of thing. And I'm going to say, like this. Rosé, as a matter of fact, in my opinion, is one of the benchmark opportunities to drink during Thanksgiving. Because it is a wine that goes well with turkey, but also the stuffings and the potatoes and the green beans and the yams and the sweet potatoes and all that rad stuff that you eat and you get fat and you take off the button on the top of your jeans kind of stuff. Jets will beat the Cowboys on Thanksgiving this year. I can feel it. We're going to lose every game but that one. So I can be happy and drink my rosé and eat my turkey. So embrace rosé, understand rosé, and realize it is an exceptional alternative to a white wine at a great price. Because it's pink and it's in the US, these wines are not commanding the price points that they maybe are able to. So if nothing else of this whole show, and it doesn't even have to be this one, please go out and try a dry rosé. Let's focus on this one. It has some nice color. Let's give a little bit of a sniffy sniff. Now, what I love about this is it has a little bit of a beautiful cotton, the pink cotton candy aspect. This is getting more fruity by the second. I love it. It also has a beautiful, round, ripe strawberry component that is extremely luscious. And probably my favorite part, this wine brings some serious big league chew. And we've had it on the show. We know we love to reference it. Who doesn't love the 80s pop sensation gum, big league chew? Eric Castor. I got it. That's quick. That was good. I had it. Big league chew comes in this wine, and I'm excited about it. Let's give it a little bit of a whirl. And this is why this wine rocks, and this is why it's on my favorite of the moment show. These Rhone grape varietals and Southwest France grape varietals are so high quality that they can't help by their skins producing this rosé not be great. This is so clean and fresh. It really, rarely on the show, once in a while, I yearn to have a food pairing. Right now, I am begging the food gods to drop, maybe it'll happen, a huge plate of tuna tartare right here, because you pair that with this and you will be blown away by the Epicurean explosion that will go in your mouth. This is exceptional, exciting, and phenomenal. I like this. It's crisp, it's clean, it's delicious, it's fresh. It's the kind of wine you look for quaffing, porch wine, chilling, hanging. You play, relax over there. Playing a little foosball, little Halo 3. Pop this. Let the beer hang for a minute. You can go real manly. Oh, this is a great bachelor pad wine. If you have this, everybody's going to be thinking you're drinking White Zin, but your inner self-esteem, maniac confidence is going to tell you, I'm drinking some real shiz, and this stuff is real shiz. I'm going 89 plus in this wine. I've actually rated it 90 in my own personal head place at times, and I think this is a wine that a lot of people will be blown away by the overall quality of something that is pink. Let's move on. This is the Chateau Beshore 2004 Grand Cru Saint-Emilion. And Chateau Beshore Defoe is one of the great producers of Saint-Emilion in the world. This wine is $41 US. It's rated 91 points by Wine Spectator, 90 points by Robert Parker. And there's a lot of reasons I'm all about this wine these days. The main reason is 2004 within Bordeaux vintage is the last of the Mohicans. Say it with me, the last of the Mohicans. And the reason that these wines are last of the Mohicans, I like that, is because of the 2005 vintage in Bordeaux, how it's changed the pricing landscape. Let's talk about the 2004 Beshore Defoe. This wine is $41 US. Maude, Eric, who's in the room, how much do you think the 2005 vintage of this wine is?
$50. $75.99.
This wine is $85 in 2005. Eric is a little closer. Very nice, Eric. But this is what I'm talking about. 2004 was the last vintage where you could get really great buys of super duper quality Bordeaux without paying for it. The game has changed. 2006 vintage, 2007 vintage, which is now upon us, and we're hearing mumblings of prices. Though the wines weren't even as good as 2004, they've come in at double, 50, 60% of the 2004 levels in a lot of cases. Some are less, some are more. But the reality situation is that 2004, and the reason I'm doing this on 2004 is you know what, I want to do a service to everybody watching. Let's link up all 2004s. I sent you a link to everybody so you can look at it. But 2004 is a great vintage, completely overshadowed by the 2005 vintage. You know those kids that were like the older brother's so amazing, but the brothers or sisters underneath them are also amazing, but they're kind of in the shadow of the person that had the first chance. Everybody's raising their hand. Very interesting. So, that's kind of what I think about the 2004 vintage. It is spectacular. It's just that 05 got all the hype. Specifically to this wine, which is a predominantly Merlot-based wine. This wine brings enormous thunder. I drank it again yesterday. It's super tasting. I had it about 3 months ago. I had it when I went to Bordeaux, is when I went bonkers over it. You saw all the footage of that. And to me, for $41 US, with all the bullcrap, junk, garbage that comes out from the rest of the world, at this price point, this wine has been rocking my face off. Let's see if it does it again. It has beautiful and just dark, rich, elegant, gorgeous color. Let's give it a little bit of a smell right now. And this is where this wine shines so bright, because this wine brings enormous aromatics. This is a beautiful explosion of fall leaves, meaning red, black, and blue berries. I mean, just beautiful berries of just berries. I mean, like Frankenberry. I mean, there's just berries for days coming through this wine. Aromatically, this is one of the finest examples of Bordeaux that I've had in the last, that is a 2004 or 2005, because it's so open, so much more open than I would even expect this wine, which makes me do believe it will be something that will be able to be drank a little bit earlier than a lot of the parts, excuse me. Let's give this a little bit of a whirl. This wine is bringing so much elegance. I'm going to tell you exactly what this wine reminds me of. Scott Hunter. Who is Scott Hunter? Scott Hunter was this kid I knew in 8th grade. The man was 6'4" and pure power, but as sweet as a teddy bear. Every one of you knows that guy, or maybe that gal, that is a monster and can destroy people with one little shag of their arm. However, are so compassionate and lovely and teddy bear-esque that they don't. That's what this wine is. This wine has so much power in the palate, it blows me away. It is completely constructed and made excellently. The winemaker completely hit on all points. However, let's not give the winemaker, who I'm not sure who that is, that much credit, because the fruit in here is pure and powerful. But within its package of tannins and its structure, this wine is composed and gentle. This is a very masculine wine, the kind of wine that the ladies go crazy for, because this wine has all the components that you are looking for. A monster in the mouthfeel, completely complex. I completely disagree with Robert Parker and the Wine Spectator. I think this wine is much closer to a 94 point type wine. I honestly believe that they drank it a little young. This wine's evolved because the way this is opened with the cinnamon and with the currant and with the bark and with the lovely violet flavors on the finish, still tasting this wine as I'm yapping my ass off to you, is a true indication of length and polished finish. This is silkness squared. Buy this wine, try this wine, find this wine. I'm telling you, this is expense time. This is time. This is time. I say it all the time. All the bosses email me all the time. They're mad at me talking about expensing wine. But I'm telling you, you find this wine on a restaurant list or in your local shop, pick it up, drink it, and then I want a phone call. Well, not a phone call, but an email telling me, yo, you were right. 94 points, complete and utter sensationalism. And finally, probably the wine I'm most excited about. I know, now you're like, whoa, based off the last two. But this wine is one of the most interesting wines I've come across in a long time. It's from the Grave, and it is a dessert wine made in the Sauterne style, but it's from Grave, the Chateau Lafleur de Pin, 2005, which was, as you know, a very, very special vintage. Lamothe family owns this. Now, this gets real silly. This is 15% Sauvignon Blanc, 85% Semillon, 50% New Oak, 50% one-year oak, and this is made in the Sauterne style, so it's botrytis, it's late harvest, style. And what's really, really fun about this is, you're not going to believe this, but this little darn bottle is $7 US. Eric, relax yourself. 7 bones. Move those over, Mott. Understood. Panthro is going to still stay, though. I like him. 7 bones for pure dessert heaven. When I tasted this wine, I think it was at Chateau Lafleur, and we popped this, and I went berserko for it and could not believe the price point of this wine. This is an amazing opportunity to get Sauterne-like flavors for a price of, you know what, a high-priced energy drink these days. I mean, I'm really excited about this. Let's see how this is doing. This, I did not get to taste at the super tasting yesterday, but I did have a couple months ago, but I saw it came in, and I'm just like, oh man, this is what it's all about. I emailed a bunch of my favorite customers, so if you didn't get an email, yeah, that means I don't like you, but just kidding. Anyway, let's give this a little bit of a smelly smell. And if you're down like I am with the pineapple people, you're all about this wine. This wine has enormous pineapple components coming through on the nose. I'm also getting a little bit of cantaloupe, which is just gorgeous. Little lemon action, definitely some lemon, but the pineapples are coming through real heavily. I get some honeycomb, which is really pretty as well, and this is just smelling like I want to eat this wine. Let's give it a whirl. Have you been wondering why you've been watching this stupid show of some kid drinking wine for 20 minutes a day, 5 days a week, and spending all this time on it? I'm going to give you the reason right now. Because of this wine. This wine right here is going to make you awfully happy. When you find this wine and you pour it for the people around you, in your life, in your circle, you are going to be looking really, really cool. And that's with a K, K-O-O-L, because this wine brings enormous quality to the table. It is so extracted, so clean. Anybody that's serious about wine can be tricked with this. This can absolutely win many blind Sauterne tastings. It is classic Sauterne in its style. The golden apple, the beautiful, beautiful pineapple component, just a beautiful sweetness. This is a sweet, sugar-fied wine, but not too much sugar. It's not over the top, very polished. I mean, please, 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 Mott, put a creme brulee in front of me. Forget, what am I looking for? Forget tuna tartare. Woo. Forget the tuna tartare. I want the creme brulee with this combo. Heck, the creme brulee is going to be more expensive than this. It's insanity. This actually comes in big bottles too, which is really cool. You can find them in both formats out there if you're looking for them. But for $7 US, this is an absolute joke. About on the same level as Vinny Testaverde today, signing with the Carolina Panthers. Man is 143 years old and back in the NFL, and he says he wants to retire as a Jet. You've been on every team in the NFL since you retired as a Jet, Vinny. We're not bringing you back. I know, here come the comments. He doesn't want to come back. Great, great, great. We're not taking you back.
Does he unpack his suitcase?
He's a mess. That being said, I mean, he still wants to play. I guess I can't hate on him, but whatever. I'm mad because he says he's a Jet through and through, and he goes play Patriots and Panthers and whatever. Anyway. You know, I wanted to mention one other thing as I'm drinking this and enjoying myself, because this is the kind of show I like to do. Maybe I'll start doing more of these. Yesterday's comments were amazing. I've come to realize how amazing the Vaniacs are out there. What a great group of people that watch this show. All the good deeds that you guys have been doing. Some were pretty funny. Were like, hey, I changed my kids' diapers. I don't know if that goes as a big-time good deed, but there were some tremendous things out there. Completely melted my heart. Read every single one of them, even though I got home late from the super tasting yesterday. Just made me excited and honored to be associated with you guys, and just was pretty darn awesome. Really, really just fantastic. Made me smile quite a bit. Emailed a couple of you separately. Really just amazing stuff out there. Just, once again, that's what life's all about. I mean, wine is just a vehicle to bring people together, to do nice things, to live. Trust your own palate. These are my 3 favorites. You may buy them, find them, and hate them, and that's what it's all about. Question of the day. These are my 3 favorite wines recently. What are yours? Lurkers, people that don't post often, once in a whilers, whatever you want to call yourself, please come out and post this time, because I'm doing a lot of work tomorrow and I'm going to have a lot of time to read every single comment, and I want to know what the peeps in the nation are loving to drink. And do you know why that is? Because you, with a very little bit of me, we're changing the wine world. That's it. We're changing it.